Let me see how ugly I look. So, get up there in your bed and behave yourself. Gotta get tough on these kids. Stop it, I'm gonna hit you. Hey guys, so welcome to the channel. Oh my gosh. I decided to film this video like 2 seconds ago. It's probably a little late because it's like June. That's not that late. People don't start school till like August. But I just remember like when I was fixing to start college, I just watched a whole bunch of these videos. So I was like, why not make one? My God. And I was feeling like motivated to like do something. And this is what I decided to do. So basically what we're gonna do is I have some questions. I asked you guys on my Instagram to send me some questions. Just kidding, I just wrote them myself. Why am I annoying? Okay, anyway, so I have questions regarding college life, college stuff, college all the tea. So I'm gonna answer the questions for you. If you're fixing to start college, then this is for you. Stay tuned all the way to the end. I'm dropping the tea, I'm dropping the hacks, I'm dropping the scoop for you. Bloop. Clock. Okay, so first I'm gonna give you like some background info. I went to University of North Texas, go Mean Green, call. I graduated like a month ago. I got a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Media Arts, which is basically RTVF, radio, TV, film. So I studied film with a minor in photography. So I studied panoramic. Oh my gosh, I'm so good at using a camera. There's like people in my household. Also, like, what was I planning on doing with that? When I started college, I was already into photography, photojournalism, like all throughout my high school. So I wanted to keep doing photography, but I didn't want to major in photography because I need to stop bouncing my camera. I didn't want to major in photography because I don't see a point to that. That's just my opinion, sorry. So I work at a job now where I do photography and graphic design. Oh my god. Also, I graduated in 3 years. I am 20, okay? Barely, just not even a teenager was ago.
What?
What was that sentence? Extremely blessed to have a degree at 20 and to be using it. Because actually at my job now, the other day they had asked me to like do some filming for them and do some video editing. Should I brighten this up? She's a little black. They had asked me to do some editing for them, so I was like, wow, I'm using my minor and my major all in one. And I also like doing graphic design, something that I've always been interested in ever since I learned how to use Photoshop. And now I get to like do everything I love all in one whop. I'm just incredibly blessed to have that opportunity and like be making some good coins with that and working for like a large company. Like, it's honestly so amazing. It's great, baby. Okay. But a little bit about graduating in 3 years. So I took dual credit while I was in high school, a little bit of that. But I think most of it was I didn't take summers off. Studied abroad one summer and then the next summer I took a bunch of summer classes. So I was able to get out of there in 3 years. I guess that was my little background info tea. And let's go ahead and get right into the questions. So question number 1, come on down. Question number 1 is about dorms. Did you live in a dorm? Do you have any tips, hacks for dorm living? I did live in a dorm. Freshman year, I lived in Kerr Hall. When I went on the tour, they kind of like said like this is the pop-in dorm. Like it's like loud and like active and like they always got stuff going on. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll stay here. It wasn't too far from like where my classes were and stuff. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll stay with her. Living in a dorm wasn't that bad, but it's not something that you want to do for longer than you have to. So like for 1 year, like it's fine, but after that, like you're gonna want to get a place. You're gonna want to have somewhere to live. So mine had double rooms, and y'all both shared a bathroom with. One of the worst things was trying to wash clothes, because my floor had 2 washer machines and they were always like occupied, so you would have to go to another floor, and I lived on the 2nd floor, so sometimes I would just keep trying different floors, and I would end up having to wash my clothes on the 7th floor. And like it's just I'm just trying to find a washing machine. My gosh, they're all being used. I did have a roommate. I found her. UNT has like this app for like incoming freshmen. I found her on that app, and we were like, we should live together, and then we did. I would say, yeah, like definitely do that for 1 year, but after that you're gonna be so over it, just for like the experience and like the community. Dorms do have like a lot of rules, like there's quiet hours, there's like curfew time. Also the walls in that dorm were like, so if you made one sound, like everybody heard it. And like when you're in college, like you don't want to be, you want to be out till whenever you want to be out, and you want to be able to be loud until whenever you don't want to be loud. And they're also kind of strict about appliances. They let me have a microwave and a fridge, but there were like a lot of like appliances that you couldn't bring, so you couldn't like cook, you know. But I had a meal plan. So my next question is, how do you balance classes and like life? So it isn't that much different than high school. I feel like the classes in college weren't like harder than high school, but maybe that's because I took pre-AP and AP throughout high school. Like the classes in college aren't harder, but you have to do a lot more to like pass. Like you have to actually try, like put in effort. You gotta actually read the book, okay? Here's a side note on books. So it'll say in your syllabus, it'll say on your school website, wherever, that you need this book. Oh my gosh, I keep shaking the camera. That you need this book, and it'll say required. It'll say you need to buy it. And then you'll get to class on the first day, and your professor will say, we use this book, you need to go out and get this book. Don't buy it. Don't buy the book until he says open the book to page 1, and then that's when you say, okay, maybe I need to go get this book. Because they'll say you need the book, and then you realize you could have been just fine without it. Or you'll realize that you never even needed it. Yeah, so if you had it like pretty good in high school, like that balanced pretty well, then like you have nothing to worry about. It's okay. You'll be just fine. It's not much different. It's not much harder. Because I feel like in high school, like you're usually doing like sports or activities with your classes, and so like you didn't have time. You didn't have much free time in high school, and you made it just fine. So like in college, it's like same thing. You actually have a lot of free time in college, to be completely honest. Compared to how much time you spent at school in high school, you don't spend that much time in class in college. Yeah, you have to do more outside of school to pass the classes, but you're not spending that much time in class, so you actually do have a lot of time that you can choose what you want to do with it. So like you have a lot of free time. And if you're wise, you go ahead and get your studying out of the way, and then you can kind of spend the rest of the time like doing fun stuff. So yeah, like don't worry about the balance. Like you'll get it, you'll figure it out. Get you a planner or like some sticky notes and like a little board or something cute, and you'll be just fine. What is the best way to get involved and make new friends? Great question. I'm so glad you asked. So the best way to do that is to join organizations. So at my orientation, they had all the organizations, you know, had their table set up, and you go up to the table and they give you information about their organization. And so if you have an orientation, also UNT has the Mean Green Fling the week before school starts where they do the same thing. So you have a lot of opportunities to find out what kind of organizations they have. So find an event like that, go to an event like that. If your school doesn't have an event like that, I'm sure that like their organizations are probably listed on a website. And just think about like, what am I interested in? UNT had an organization for everything, everybody. So when I went, there was like progressive Black student organization that like their table like drew me to them because I wanted to find some Black people so I could be like type stuff. So I went to that table. There were probably like some Christian organizations that like I went up to their table, and like going to those meetings and being a part of those organizations will help you to make friends. So just find people with common interests. There really are a lot of ways to make friends. You can't sit in your dorm all day, all night. You gotta get up, get out, go somewhere, go where people are. Just go. I would just get up and like go into a meeting and just sit. And a lot of people are like, they're so glad to have you that they're like, they come up to you and like talk to you. So you don't even have to go up to them, and you don't even have to be social. Like, they'll do it for you. Duh. Next question. How do you adjust to being on your own? So I feel like I didn't very well. Every opportunity that I had to go home, so my college wasn't very far from where I lived. It was like 45 minutes to an hour. So every opportunity I had to go home, like I took it, because that transition from like being at your parents' house to being on your own is so weird. Unless you like hated being at home, then you'll probably have a better transition. But I did not hate being at home. You kind of just figure it out. It does get a lot better when you make friends, like close friends, because then it makes you don't want to like leave them. You're like, on the weekends is like your time to really hang out with friends. So like when you don't have friends, you're like, I'll just go home on the weekends. But when you like really get some, you're like, no, I just want to be with my friends. So go make some friends really, really quickly, and you'll have a great adjustment, you know? And don't be really picky about the friends that you meet at first. They don't have to be your friends for your entire life. These are just, you just gotta take what you can get at first until you get acclimated, and then you can find like your actual friends. But at first you can just, if they're willing to interact with you, they're a friend. Okay, so the next question is advice. What's some advice on living with roommates, and did you have problems with roommates? So I did live with my friends my second year in an apartment. Tips on that: if one of your friends tells you that they're moving out and you have to get a new random roommate to move in, tell her, no you're not. Don't let her do it. Don't take that random roommate, because she might be psychotic. just like a tip. But no, really, I had a roommate for the first semester of my freshman year. Actually the second semester my roommate moved out. That's tea. But so the second semester I was in the dorm all by myself, and that was amazing. But I am glad that I had the experience of living in a dorm with a roommate. But after like a semester of doing that, I was like, okay, great experience, next, type stuff. But I think living in an apartment where you're not like in the room with nobody, that's what you're eventually getting to. That's your goal. But like, just to have the experience of being in the room with an actual person, I think that there's some value in that experience for a little bit of time. Just be an adult, resolve your problems like an adult. Just be clean, like don't be annoying. Don't just like be loud, like be considerate, be sensitive, because you wouldn't want someone to like annoy you, so like don't do anything that's gonna annoy other people. Like just be smart, like don't be stupid. So those are like the main questions that like people asked me. Other major parts of college football. My school wasn't a huge football school, but I did go to football games and they were very fun. Y'all should definitely go to sports games, support your school's teams. Parties, what can I say about that? I feel like my school wasn't like a party school, but they're at every college. Go if you want, don't go if you don't want. It's fine, okay? It's okay. You know? It's cool. It's all gravy, baby. One more thing that I wanted to say. If you have the opportunity to go to college without any loans, take that opportunity. Like, if you're going to take a lot of loans out, like, you better justify it with, like, I'm gonna get out and be a dentist or some kind of doctor. Like, you need to be able to justify that, like, because paying back loans is not fun, and they're increasing. Like, it's more than what you took out because of interest. You may be in college just thinking, oh, everything in the world is great and wonderful and amazing, nothing is ever gonna stop me, and then you get out and you're like, oh shoot, I gotta pay all this money to these people. I just want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it to this point, you're a real one, okay? Send this to all your people, your friends, and your colleagues, and send this to everybody you know that is getting ready to start college. Make sure that you drop some knowledge on them. If you have more questions, I can do like a part 2 with like actual questions. So if you have like questions, you know what I'm saying, drop them in the comments, and then I'll get back with you on that stuff. Let's see. Sorry, my dog is so loud and obnoxious. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Stay classy, stay blessed, stay lit.